We're almost live.
It says it's live.
Says it's live.
We're
live. It's always a challenge trying to get these two technologies.
That proves it's live right there.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, Dave Conord. We are so glad to have you with us today. Craig and I wanted to share a little bit about our amazing leadership in our company and get everyone to know you a little bit. Everyone's heard your name and thinks you're a great person, but I'd love to share a little bit about you and how our company is led differently than most companies and what it feels like to be a part of all of this together.
Awesome. That's so great, man. I love hanging out with you guys. So it's fun to get together and be with you. And I think it's a really cool topic, just, because it's something that's so important.
Awesome.
Yeah. And thank you for taking the time to come on today. I mean, it's not every day you have the president of your company on and talking about what we're doing here. So we're very grateful to have that.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
We're talking about how, it's so different at eXp and how we are led. It's an agent-led company, and how, it all stems from yourself and Jason Guessing and Glenn Sanford and a lot of the other folks that are in our corporate world. And you guys have made it where it's an environment. It's just naturally people get to choose whether they want to be a leader. And you show up and all of a sudden you get to be a leader, whether you're a brand new agent, an individual agent, a team, whatever you are, you get to have that opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's a really important distinction, right? Because, we hear about other companies saying that they're agent centric or, right, the high service to their agents and that kind of stuff. And that still really implies the way that most companies are run, where you have the corporate team, the leadership team, and they make the decisions, lead the company. And even if they're well-intended, right? There's a lot of great companies out there. Even if they're well-intended, it's still led by them driving it, right? And so they get to make the decisions and decide what's going to be implemented and decide what's going to be done and then provide it. And we know it's not one size fits all in this industry. And
right.
So the difference between just being like an agent centric or agent focused company and being agent led is that, as you mentioned, the agents have an opportunity. Every single agent, brand new agent, experienced agent, high producing, just getting things going. Every agent has the opportunity to come in here and lead. And we know we have some people that, you mentioned the new agents, you could have someone who's got extraordinary leadership capabilities, talent, and experience in other fields. They're just newer to our industry.
Right.
And so, we don't discount the fact that, there's an opportunity for people to come in here and to do that and to bring their talents into the company. And so what ends up happening here is agents can come in and use our platform to make some of those decisions and do some of those things and to really build things. And we'll talk probably more about what that looks like, but I think that's the biggest distinction between the two.
I would say, one of the most incredible things that I think I've experienced at this company, I'm sure Shelley has too, and many other agents, is the amazing connection between the leadership and the agents themselves, and like on a daily and weekly basis, where, we've been at other companies, obviously, and the only time there's really any connection is when you see them on stage at a national event once or twice a year. We see and talk and hear from all of you on a weekly and daily basis, and you guys hear us, and there's a lot of interaction. I think that's been part of the incredible growth and speed at which this company grows, and the leaderships that bounce up from all the great ideas and actually people listening to them.
Yeah. I think
it's we really feel like it's important to be embedded in our group, right? It's part of who we are. It's the passion that we have for not just real estate, but realtors, right? We love the industry, we love the people, we love our people, and that's something where we get as much back from that interaction as hopefully I'm sure we give back way more than we give, right? It's the ability to learn and to get better and to hang, to build friendships and that sort of thing. So it's I've definitely been at some other companies where it was like almost like a celebrity, right? It's like, wow, if they walk down the hall, right? So we touch your suit, you know. I mean, it was like this crazy thing where, you know, they would come in, they would get up on stage, they would do their thing, and they would walk away, and only the lucky few would ever get to interact with them. And I just think that's a crazy way to build a company that, you know, that serves the people. If you don't have the relationships, how can you serve somebody if you don't know them?
It's so true, because I know every event we've been to, Glenn's been out in the audience listening to the speakers with us. He's been out with us at the parties, at the events. He's not afraid to sit to really hear us and listen, and you know, he looks for talent. I have to really hand it to him that he has got Jason and you and Stacey Onan and other great folks running this company for him with us. It's different. It's just a different mindset. And when you lead something, I think I shared with you the other day, you're one of the best leaders I've ever had in our industry. As far as you get in there and you get in the trenches with us. You're not afraid to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, it's a lot of greatness happening, but in those like conversations, other great things come out of it. And I mean, like, I would go to bat for you. Someone ever said something about Dave Conord, I would be crying. I'd be like, we love you.
Yeah, that's with Shelley first.
But when you feel that way about your leadership, that you would go to bat for them, like you would get in it's different, and it's a lot of and it's hard to explain it, and you know, to really share it, but until you're there with us. And everybody has a voice, and you're always looking for ways to include more and more people in that voice. It's not just the select few. It's how do we, you know, hear everybody and make a difference in this industry. And it's changing agents' lives, including ours, including yours. And it's like, we want to see your family. I love seeing your girls and your wife, and, you know, and it's like, we really are living in this industry together, not just selling real estate.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that really made us look at other things, and thank God ultimately land here was, you know, as an agent, we're only as good as our next deal, you know, and, you know, eXp is the first company to bring forth, you know, so many other options with the opportunities and tools and things that they are putting into place on a daily basis. Just when you think this is amazing, how much better can it get? Something better comes along, you know, whether it's, you know, of course, it's a publicly traded company and we share in revenue, but, you know, the health insurance, international growth footprint. I mean, all of those amazing things, bringing on amazing people into the leadership group from top companies around the world, and just growing it to a point where it's so exciting to see how fast and what's coming around the corner next.
Yeah, you know, Craig, I feel bad sometimes for my non-real estate friends when it comes to my Facebook feed, right? I'm like, sorry, another post about how excited I am about what we're doing, because, you know, there's so much going on, and we have so many great things happening across the company, right? I mean, we have agents being named top, you know, producer here and top in social media here. We have all those different, you know, kudos and awards from our folks that we have that are doing great things. We have agents giving back in their community and doing really cool stuff. And then we've got, you know, our team, some of the stuff that Stacey and her team are implementing, the stuff that Michael, you know, is doing now internationally, the speed. I mean, I'm watching the stuff. It's like, hey, we're in India. Hey, we're in Mexico. Hey, we're in South Africa. Hey, you know, hey, now we're in Portugal. And it's like, you know, it's just one after another. And then with James coming on and doing commercial, it's so much cool stuff. And it's all linked together. It's that mutual success. And then one of you mentioned it, you know, the concept of changing lives is actually what attracted me here in the first place, right? I mean, it's you know, Glenn's humility, as you mentioned, an incredibly brilliant guy, an amazing business model that's changing the industry, and yet he's right there to seek ideas and to have the discussion and to be a part of the whole thing. I mean, he thrives on that. He loves to be. He's like, I'm an agent, and I want to be with the agents, and that's where he wants to be. And it's really cool to watch him interact. And Jason too has been there from the beginning and been involved with so much. And you know, one of the most humble leaders you will ever meet in your entire life. And just, I mean, we could go on and on with the number of you know, folks and their mindset. But in the end, you know, you meet these great people, you see a great business opportunity, but you know, a great business opportunity typically means that it generates income, right? And there are lots of ways to generate income. but the opportunity to change lives is huge. That is the thing where, you want to be a part of something meaningful. And, at the end of the day, you can make money doing a lot of different things, but, it's, when you look back and say, how did I impact the world around me? How did I help others? Right. What kind of footprint am I leaving, while I'm here in this world? And this is an opportunity to really impact and change lives. And there's so many ways to do it here. And so many, and the agents, it's not just, we can look at it and say as a company, we're doing this. I mean, it is every single person here has the ability to impact and to change lives. And it's huge.
It's really cool. You earn your way in a different way than this company. You earn your way by serving, and when you serve, you give back. And that before you could serve and not necessarily get the reward of that service, which is amazing to be able to do that. And like you said, it doesn't matter whether you've been one day in the business and you've got a background in banking. I mean, we have some new agents on our team that are phenomenally smart people that are bringing so much energy to LePage Johnson and ultimately to eXp as a group. And we're having more fun. I mean, everyone's pouring into everybody. I know that Gene Frederick, he said, I want to affect more agents' lives than Dave Ramsey. Who could say that?
Right.
I mean, because it's not just talking about like paying everything off. There's income opportunities within the company, and that's how he'll be able to affect more people's lives. It's not like pulling back everything you possibly could want in life to then have security. There's security in other facets with this company. You can still do that, but then you add two other income streams into it, along with your real estate, and you're working with the top minds. I mean, the agents in this company are so giving and sharing of all knowledge that it's affected me personally. I'm better than what I was joining 3 years ago. And that's what it's all about, getting better every single day.
That's right. Most of the people that I know in any industry, but especially also in real estate, right? I mean, you've heard the term commission breath, right? People that are desperate for the sale and they're thinking about,
right.
Get paid and all that kind of stuff. And they're not typically the successful ones.
Right.
The ones who are typically the most successful have a heartbeat for serving others and helping other people achieve. It's that Zig Ziglar mentality, right? In order to get what you want, you have to help enough other people get what they want. And, first, and that's that mentality where it's, and it's not, that's a byproduct, right? The success. I mean, everyone likes to be successful, but if you focus on the success and the money and that kind of stuff, it may not happen. But if you are out there finding a way to help as many other people be successful as possible, if you're in the right environment, that will come back to you.
Yeah. Right?
And that's the opportunity here, is to serve at a high level. So when we talk about having agents be leaders and even our leadership be leaders, I mean, it's really comes down to how many people can you serve really, really well. Mm-hmm. And when that happens, everybody, we say that the rising tide lifts all ships. And so that is the kind of the secret sauce with eXp, is the collaboration behind it, because everyone's helping everyone. They're helping, they're helping with their sales. They're helping them, go out and do more business and do that sort of thing. How much do we see? I mean, all of our training is done by our agents, right? I mean, think about the massive amount of training. We have between 75 and 100 classes happening every week, and live classes. And these are all agents contributing their time and expertise from all over the world. That's happening all the time because agents want to give back. They want to serve, and they want to help other people be successful. You have people helping grow the company. If someone say, hey, I've got a friend who's asking me about eXp and they're really interested. I haven't been here that long, or, I focus on this and I don't really utilize this particular tool over here, but that's what they do. And someone else goes, yeah, I can help you with that. And it's just jumping in, and everybody's collaborating on stuff, and it's a focus on being better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's find another model out there of any kind of business that, like, if, you grow by helping people. I mean, and the more you're helping people, the more successful everybody becomes as a whole, financially, and, just from a mindset standpoint, it's just contagious. It's good.
Yeah, it's what you said earlier about how you feel sorry for your friends to see you posting about eXp. I do too, because they don't have the same opportunity we do.
Yeah.
In their companies, a lot of times there just isn't something with this kind of a model where someone's thought about it. And Glenn, one of the things I also love about Glenn is he's looking out for our industry, because right now technology is everything. And he saw that in 2009 before it was even popular to talk about it. Yeah. And I think too that, I love the fact that he was smart enough to say, you know what, Jason Gessing, you're an amazing leader. David Conord, Stacey Onan, you guys lead the company and help the agents lead the company together. And let me go work on more technology for us. I mean, someone who, working on those components of what's important and what their gift is. I mean, that's what the ultimate goal is, living in our gift of where we're happy. And he's doing what he's great at. And then you all are doing what you're great at. It just the synergy of all of it just works. And everybody being in the right place. I mean, that doesn't get to happen very often. A lot of times we have to wear hats we don't necessarily want to wear because just the necessity of that role. And Glenn saw, like, he sees everyone's strengths and he knows where to place them and how to position the company so that we win together. And it's been fun to watch our stock. I mean, how exciting is that? We are a company that was built off zero debt. I mean, that's incredible. And then, and we're all reaping the reward of all this effort between all of us together, working together, where in other companies, we don't have that opportunity of all of our synergistic work paying off for all of us.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. To not have the funding rounds and to have, big investors come in that own a large portion of the company when, in a different way than just being a publicly traded company. Right. It's that's one way to go as a business. And but the way that we've grown has been organic. And, so much of our ownership is agent ownership, where agents have that opportunity to earn stock. Right. They don't even have to go out and buy it. They get it just from doing what they normally do, selling houses. And NAR says that 92% of the agents are, and 92% of agents are at the company they're with because they knew somebody there. All right, that happens. We're social people, so that's we grow anyway. We go out and we sell houses. That's what we do. And by doing those things, you earn stock, right? And if you do it at a high level, you earn a lot of stock. And then you have the opportunity to then have the equity program and get it at a discount through your commissions. And gain more. And so there's this excitement, to help grow the company, not just by agent count, but by opportunity, the stuff that we do, to say, hey, how can I help? You guys are launching this, you're doing this, you're going international. How can I be involved? I want to be a part of building the success because we're all winning, and you're getting a lot of shoulders behind it, when we do it, which is pretty cool.
I mean, Shelley mentioned, some of the tools that the company has acquired over the years, with Virbela and Showcase IDX and Success Magazine lately. I mean, these are things that just are consistently helping us grow our businesses and learn more and collaborate and communicate. It's just amazing to watch all of the great tools and ideas that are coming forth by this company and helping agents grow their business.
Yeah, and they say whether it's bamboo or planting was a pachysandra right out in your garden. They say that the first year it sleeps, second year it second year it creeps, and the third year it leaps, right? And that's kind of, I look at some of the stuff that we've been doing as a company, and I think some people that aren't looking closely don't realize that we've been planting bamboo, right? And so the results in some areas that you're seeing right now with this incredible growth and being able to expand internationally comes from a lot of the pre-work that was done and some great moves that were made, and some of these things were brought to us obviously from our agent population. Agents came in with different concepts, ideas, connections, and that sort of thing. But as you see these things happen, you think about what we could do with the Showcase IDX platform, right? What are the opportunities for a company with the nation's largest single footprint in the industry? All of the data, everything else that goes with that, and now you own a massive IDX platform. What could be done with that?
Right.
Expand all over the world. What does that do to create other opportunities? Now that we have Success Magazine, it's 128 years old, something like that. It's the largest, millions and millions of subscribers and people that are involved with that. It's all Jim Rohn. I mean, it's all this great stuff. It's professional and personal development at a massive, massive scale. And that opportunity to bring those tools back to our agents and to serve them, utilizing those tools And having that platform, what does that do for our agents? What does that do for the consumers as all of that comes together? So it's all of those are things that are, I think people will see the play that's behind there, and what does that build, and what opportunities does it create for the long term? It's exciting to say it and to see it, but if you think about the impact it's going to have, we should have a whole bunch of moments where everyone, sees it. Drive down the street one day and there's no bamboo. You drive down the street the next day and it's a bamboo forest, right? This is going to be some good stuff coming up.
Analogy.
It's a great analogy. And it's funny because a lot of times when we were at other companies, it was like, oh, you're going international. That didn't have a huge impact on me personally. I could tell my client that we're international, but now we have a personal opportunity within those international relationships, as well as what we're doing with commercial with James Huang. He's amazing. I mean, Craig and I had the opportunity to do a Zoom with him, and what a talented man. I mean,
yeah. And the combination of James and Stephanie, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they just bring the fire for sure, and it's a really good team, and they're doing great stuff. And if you look at how we've changed the industry on the residential side, bringing eXp into the commercial side in a big way like this, it's going to rock the commercial world. I mean, it's a massive opportunity for anyone who is a commercial broker, right? This is something where you look at it, it's a whole different ballgame, and it's a different way. I mean, it's still commercial real estate, it's not that. It's the fact of how do you do it as a commercial broker? How do you approach it, and what's your opportunity? What's the reward to you, and what are some of the tools that are there? It's thinking a little bit differently, and it's going to start with the early adopters. It'd be really cool to see who are the commercial brokers that are coming on board in the next year, because those are going to be your great thinkers. Those are going to be your people that are doers, that see the opportunity. Those are your early adopters, and they're going to drive change for a lot of other people. We have some people that are already with us in commercial, obviously, and then the next group that comes on board, watch them because those are the rock stars. And I'm excited to see who's coming on board in commercial and who's driving change in the industry.
It is really interesting because James understands international, how it plays into our national opportunity commercially. And, and he really, he has that, he understood, I think he came from Wall Street, if I remember correctly, knew Michael Valdez, who's our international growth president. Yeah. And, the combination of get through some great minds together, and the ceiling, it doesn't have, there is no ceiling. So it's exciting to just be surrounded by people like that think so much bigger than I think that in that arena. It makes it really fun.
I think bringing in people like that, it gives those areas of the model instant credibility with their background, their experience, and their connections. That's strong. So it's great job by the leadership of seeking them out and having them come aboard. That's
what's cool is when you do something really big, then you attract people that are really talented, see it, and they want to be a part of it, right? Think about the top people want to be a part of the biggest thing happening. What's making the most impact? What's the most exciting? They have the opportunity to really go anywhere. They can write their own ticket. And so they look around, they want to be a part of something that's impactful, and they want to go bring what they've learned and go help make the impact. So they're constantly looking, even if they're not unhappy where they are, they're just going, am I in the place where I can make the biggest impact? Am I on the fastest rocket ship? And so we have that opportunity with the impact that we're making, that we're turning heads, and talent wants to be here. All right. And it was the same thing that, that I had said was hey, it was Richard Branson's quote where he said, if someone offers you a seat on a rocket ship, you don't ask which seat, you just get on, right? Yeah. And that's what people are doing now. They're going yeah, let me in. I don't care. I got to sweep your floors. I'm like, we don't have floors, but yeah, come on in. Right? So they want to be in, but with our virtual nature, we can attract talent from anywhere in the world. Think about it. Another organization, they're going to go, hey, our headquarters are here.
Right.
Uproot your family and move here and sell your house and do all this other kind of stuff and change and do all of that. And people, so a lot of times they're kind of relegated to the talent level they have right around them, or someone who's in a place where they could move. And we can hire the best in every position. Think about it, right? Yeah. All of the people all the way through our brokerage that do every role, from our, the person who's interacting, daily with the agents on processing, who are helping people join the company. every single person who's doing a critical job and a critical role in our company, they're spread out all over the world. All the way through our entire leadership team is spread out all over the world. And the opportunity to bring it. So.
You bring different perspective because it's not just one region's thought process. You bring a different thought process. It's funny. I was in the world today with an agent. I'm just showing her around. I love that we can walk into North Carolina State Broker office. I can talk to 4 of my favorite people, and those people kill it. I mean, they bring it every single day and pour into us as agents. And our day-to-day business is really important. And the cool thing is we get to work on our day-to-day business, but we get to grow for our future. And those same people that are in our company before didn't have those opportunities. So we now have health insurance for our support, the administrative and the broker in charges, and we have stock for them. We have opportunity for everybody. And before, it was so limited because of the brick and mortar model and how confining that was. And with this model, we are able to attract that top talent and spend time with those people. And literally, I walked into Maryland's office, and they're happy to see you. We just talk, and we get our answers like that. Yep. And we walk back out, and we're like, I can go to North Carolina next. I don't have to drive anywhere.
Yeah. That's so great. Yeah, absolutely. And that, as an agent, that helps you grow your team, whether you're growing an expansion team and they're actually your physical team, or they're part of your organization, right? The other folks that you're bringing into the company all over the country. You want to, we all want to help our people, right? You want to serve them and everything else. But if they're in another state, you think well, how could I sponsor you, and how can I serve you, and how can I help you grow and make good on the actual eXp opportunity if I'm out of the area? And being able to pop into there and work with them and all of the folks involved and the whole brokerage team and everything else, the onboarding team, our transitions team, and everybody jump in and have a conversation with them. And you're meeting face to face, avatar face to avatar face, but you're having a real live conversation with a real human being on the other side who's an expert on it in that location. And you can grab someone by the hand and bring them in. They're new to the company. Great. Let me show you how this works. And let me bring you in. Let me introduce you to my friend. Boom. Where else can you do that?
Yeah, it's always funny, during normal times, when we do go to live events, and you see people that have been collaborating for 6 months, a year, 8, and they finally see each other in person, and they know each other already. Yeah. They're hugging and laughing, and it's the first time they've ever seen themselves. But they've been collaborating and sharing on a daily basis. It's just a very unique environment that just helps everybody grow together and grow something special.
Yeah, it really is cool. One of my favorite examples of that is, I was here for months before I met most of the other people on the leadership team, right? You meet with a couple of people face to face, before agreeing to move forward. But then so many of the other folks on the leadership team I had never met. And then we were all in New York the first time we rang the bell for NASDAQ. It was a really exciting time. And so we met it was John's on Bleecker Street, I think, was the pizza joint that we all just let's just go there and see each other and hang out. And I happened to get there a little bit early, which is, if you know me, it's a little bit unusual for me. And so I'm sitting at the table. There's 1 or 2 other people there. And the rest of the group starts coming in. There's probably about 30 people by end, all around this table. And most of them, especially Steve Ledwith, by the way, his avatar nailed it. But by looking at him, you're like, man, I know who that is. I know who that is. But we hung out. And what was really neat is these are people that I had literally never met face to face, right? And it had been, let's say it had been about 4 months ish. And there was no weird, awkward small talk or anything else like that. We fell right into busting each other's chops and, and laughing and talking about stuff. And we're talking about work. We're talking about families because we know each other. We know each other. There's a friendship there. There's a relationship that's there. And the same way with the agents. There's so many agents that I know through eXp World and through Workplace, right? That now when we see them at a real live event, we just had our sprint events, those growth events, and people walk in the door and you see who they are and you're like, oh my gosh. And it's, man, how'd your kid's soccer game go or what? You're right into a normal conversation with someone that you're really close to, even though you've never met them face to face. It's pretty awesome.
It is.
Yeah. And that leads right into business. We've reached out to people that, just collaborating on a daily basis from a business standpoint, even once, you've done that enough times, you know exactly who to reach out to. I could reach out to John or Susie or whoever, and they could be anywhere in the world, and bang, they're right back, and you've got 2 or 3 people collaborating on a different topic within business.
That's and the referrals have been huge for us. I mean, people, you all, everyone knows who's doing what, and we get tons of referrals, and people just know we're in North Carolina, so we get every referral from North Carolina, and I'm just going, you talk to Chris Luther over in Wilmington, so it's kind of cool, you just they know kind of generally where you are, and then you help them connect them to another. It's been amazing referral wise too for Charlotte, and it's
like a national event every day.
And that just parlays right into the masterminding opportunities, right? I mean, it's the ability to connect with other agents that either work in your niche or that produce at your level or produce at a level you want to get into. I mean, those people are at your fingertips to talk to and connect with at any time. But we also have all of those opportunities and kind of clashes where you might go to a national coaching event or some other big national event to get the opportunity to hear from them, to rub elbows with them, to mastermind with other people that you want to be masterminding with, because it's really difficult to do it otherwise. And here we've got the opportunity to do it on a daily basis, so it's constantly happening.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you. We know you're super busy. I know you have another meeting right after this one, like normal.
Yeah, on to the next one, but this is what it's all about. I mean, just the opportunity to hang out with you guys, and all the excitement that's happening and that's going on. I mean, it is you could. The leadership, I mean, I feel really blessed to work with the people that I work with from the leadership team. I'll be honest with you, sometimes we get around in meetings and, it's not about patting ourselves on the back saying, aren't we so great? You get a genuine feeling from the people in the room. And we talk about this sometimes where we're in the middle of talking about something and someone go, you know what? I'm just sitting here thinking about how grateful I am that I get to work with you guys. The women and men in our leadership team are just phenomenal human beings. And then our agent leaders are doing such a great heartbeat. I mean, it's part of the reason why I love hanging out with you guys is your approach is so much focused on who can you help? How do you help other people succeed? You help other people, increase their sales business. You help them, increase their opportunity to grow, passive income and to build great lives. You pour into other people, and that's the heartbeat. And so there's just a lot of gratitude sitting around doing that. So the opportunity to hang out with you and talk about this, I could do it all day.
Well, we just want to recognize it because I felt like a lot of people don't know what's so different, and the fact that you're a player's coach. You get in the trenches with us. I mean, you're basically like a problem, solve it, get out of the way. Let's keep moving forward to something bigger and better. And you run a lot of high level people. I mean, like successful agents are high drivers. They're just people that want to get out there and do their business and crush it. And you're like, it's hard to manage those people.
People refer to managing real estate like herding cats. Right?
Yeah.
I've said before. So I refer to what I get to do as herding lions. Right? These are the big cats. These are the big cats. It's the people that are big and powerful and amazing, awe-inspiring, and for me, I'm hanging on.
Yeah, what great hearts they have. I mean, I like Mitch Reback. I mean, he's like leading a charge for something else to help all the agents in our company. And there's just, there's people that you would never have known. I'm so grateful because we get to know the people we do because of this company. And before Craig and I thought we were innovative. We really did. We're so innovative. Look
on a hyper local level.
Exactly. But it was like, we wanted to be, we had the desire, but then when you get around other people that really are, and then they're learning, we're just that synergy again is just amazing. So anyways, well, we appreciate you. We appreciate all the leadership and all the agents that are leading the charge with eXp, and it just comes from a really good spot, and we're grateful, no doubt. I mean, I could wake up happy, I go to bed happy. Yeah.
Well, I love it. Well, and I'll give a shout out to all of our agent leaders, right? Everyone, and they're the ones that drive us forward. And all the results we're getting are a result of our agents being engaged and leading and doing good stuff. So that's we just be another platform.
We would.
Without the heartbeat of the agents and what they bring to the table to make it all come together, make it all happen. That's the key ingredient. So I've got a lot of gratitude for all of our agents and what they do for us.
Yeah, it's obvious in everything you do and the way that you help us all and jump in. And we are grateful to your families, because I know your wives and and some others' husbands are like going, hello. So we are grateful to your families, because I mean they're excited too, and it's just fun working together. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, shout out to my wife and daughters for sure.
Kristen's awesome.
Yes.
The girls.
Cool. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for inviting me to come hang out with you.
Have an awesome afternoon.
Thanks again.
Right,
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. There you go.